Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. So today, I'm going to talk about what I like to call the cult of personality. This weird thing that's overtaken parts of our society, some friends that I know, or I should say some friends I used to know. So over the past 3 years, you might have encountered this as well. Certain people joined a cult, and then they belittled you, degraded you, said horrible things to you. People who usually did not engage in this type of activity. Meanwhile, you simply tried to explain yourself as to why you voted the way you did, why you're not getting a certain medical procedure. And instead of being understanding and listening to what you have to say or your reasonings behind it, they insult you, say that you're wrong, and eventually the two of you go your separate ways. And in my experience, these were the same people who are very logical, who are by society standards very smart and intelligent. They like the science. And unfortunately, that phrase, well, that was hijacked. So there was a time when you could have a conversation with somebody. You could sit down, have a friendly debate, try to hash things out, possibly come to understand what the other person is thinking on their end of things. That is not the case anymore, as we're seeing with Joe Rogan and Robert Kennedy Jr., who gave one of these individuals, not anybody I know, but very similar circumstances, gave them the option to publicly, in front of everybody, make their case, have their argument, state the facts as they see them. And instead of taking them up on their offer, this person insultfully declined. Oh yeah, there was a lot of shit talking, and eventually Rogan got on Twitter and said, "Hey, fuckface, yeah, you, the douchebag that I had on my show a couple times prior, pitching your goddamn books of bullshit. You got something to say, come on the show and say it. Otherwise, keep your fucking mouth shut." This is paraphrasing, but I could see this is probably what Joe Rogan was thinking. And I have dealt with this same thing over the last couple weeks. It's amazing. There's one person I know who I've known them for years, and tried to pull the card of like, I'm a medical professional, you don't know what you're talking about. In which case I had to respond with, well, you practice medicine. You don't exactly do the science of medicine. And when you practice something like medicine, you're not exactly, how do I put this? You're there to take orders, is what you're there to do. Nurses get in trouble and they don't follow the doctor's orders. Doctors get in trouble and they don't go by what the pharmacist said. There's this succession of responsibility. And unfortunately, at the very top, we had a goddamn mosquitoes. We had a group of low IQ, somehow functioning mouth breathers making the policy instead of actual scientific medical professionals. And then everybody below them, not everybody, the people who actually were doing their jobs were the ones that eventually got fired. These were the people that questioned the science. These are the ones that said, hey, we've never done this before. Why are we doing it now? Isn't there a better alternative? Hey, 2 weeks ago we were giving them a vitamin D drip. I don't understand what the possible horrible side effects of doing something like that would be. Why are we not doing it when we were sending people home? These are the people that we should have been listening to. And if you're one of these fucking idiots that's running around saying that you're not going to have a debate, I'm the authority, not you, that's a huge red flag. And you fucking know it. So other things to look out for. When you make an actual argument or several arguments at one time and their response is, you're a fucking idiot, you don't know what you're talking about, instead of counter-arguing what the hell you said, well, that is when you are dealing with one of these cultists. And I dealt with that on Facebook recently, where this one complete, absolute, god-awful moron, I don't know what happened in 2020, but IQ's fucking plummeted. And I made my argument, couple arguments, several times over, stating why the information that he had was completely god-awful, fucking horribly wrong. And yeah, all I got was insults in return. So eventually he went and shared a how did he put it? Oh yeah, it was a peer-reviewed study on the effectiveness of masks. Well, moron. For one, that study had already been debunked. It was bullshit. It was purposely made for the pandemic itself. And I don't care what previous date they put on it. That is not when they did the study. I worked in medical for 14 years. Every year I had to do the same test over and over and over again because I worked in TB rooms. I know about the N95 mask. I know how it's effective. This bullshit of you can wear a paper mask and it's going to work on a fucking airborne virus is complete 100% garbage. It's bullshit. They knew it was bullshit. It was all about control. And you, Mr. Goose-stepping, yeah, if there's anybody that could be called a Nazi, it's these fucks. See, back in 1930s, when the, it's weird, I keep hearing that the Nazis were on the right, but they were fucking socialists, which means that they were on the left. They were leftists. They were Bernie Sanders leftists, is what they were. And they came up with a whole bunch of a weird slew of ideas about white supremacy, or at least the aliens. Yeah, this weird notion of this Aryan race that was superior, even though everybody there had brown hair and dark hair, brown eyes. Definitely not these Scandinavian looking things that they were so attracted to, and that's pretty much what it was. It was like a sexual fetish on like what they wanted to get it on with and not who they were with. So yeah, they came up with all these weird, god-awful ideas. And just like a certain group of people that we have in the country now, if you don't fall in line or agree with one of those, you're out. You're not falling in line. So why is it in 2020 we had the pandemic? Pandemic's over. Now all of a sudden it's this weird alphabet soup, LGBTQ plus A minus B equals God knows. I don't know. I don't know the math on this. It's like some weird algebra equation. But yeah, you don't fall in line with that, you're out. If if you're white, you better be a vegan or gay, because otherwise you're out. And it's the same damn thing. The only thing missing is a freaking flag. Oh, no, they've got a flag. Well, the only thing missing is a political part. No, they've got a political party. So, gee, I mean, are we just like reliving 1930s Germany all over again? Of weird fucking ideology that makes no damn sense. You know, there's a medical school that was teaching students, medical students, the people who are going to be working on, like, you and me, right? Teaching them how to help a man give birth when he goes into labor. Yeah. So, these people, for the most part, I don't talk to them anymore. Actually, one of them I completely kicked off of Facebook. And, you know, it was only a matter of like a few years where it went from like, oh, you know, this is somebody I can talk to. This is somebody intelligent. Somebody who I might possibly be able to learn things from. Well, that was wrong. Then there's the other one that, yeah, medical professional. I get it. Got very, very, very mad at me when I was talking about the whole, horse paste? Is that how I have to refer to it as, even though it's not a fucking horse paste? But yeah, when that subject came up, and I was like, hey, look, you know, there's these studies from these other countries. Those studies are wrong. We've done studies on this. Oh, you mean the one that they never bothered to fucking finish because it started to show effectiveness on people who weren't already stuck on a fucking ventilator? So yeah, this person got really, really upset with me and proceeded to, well, I don't know, it was all caps screaming. I'm kind of freaking retarded with this internet stuff, but yeah, all caps. Stop saying that the jab doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. It's not doing what they say it's going to be doing. It's not exactly that it doesn't work. Is that what they have planned for it is not what they're administering it for. That's one of my main issues with it. But yeah, this person got really pissed. Started talking about how they worked in the COVID unit. And, oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, also stated how they watch people die. You work in a hospital. You watch people die all the time. Unfortunately, the medical procedures that you were using is what caused that. It wasn't the fucking virus. So yeah, these people, they get really, really fucking defensive. Especially when they have to come to grasp that the things that they were told to do, the orders that they followed, resulted in the deaths of the people they thought they were taking care of. But no, do I find them to be responsible? Other people quit. Germany, 1930s. How many people left the country because of what was happening? They quit. They got out. They did not want to be a part of that. They didn't want to fit in with the group. Me, I'm not the type of person who tries to fit in with anything. And even the Libertarian Party, which a few members have tried to get me to join, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be part of a group. And that seems to be more libertarian than being a libertarian. So yeah, these people, they're the same individuals. Yes, they have jobs. No, they don't have that much free time. Although they do. They actually do. They've got quite a bit of free time. They just don't spend it the way that I do, which is constantly surfing the internet, listening to actual experts on certain subjects, broadening their thinking and their minds. It's funny, once somebody gets into a profession and they get established in their career, everything stops. I know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I don't need to know anything else. Because, yeah, you're comfortable. You're making money. You're not making any plans, or you don't really have any curiosity. Because you're trying to do all the things that you wanted to be doing in your 20s, but you didn't have any money, and now that you have money, you're doing that now. And if you had money in your 20s, let's face it, you weren't exactly learning jack shit either. Yeah, so the next time you have a conversation with one of these cultists, which I feel bad for you if you do, remember, they start throwing insults, it's because they're losing the conversation. They're pissed off you're not a member of the cult. They want to shame you into becoming one of their believers. I've seen this quite a bit. This shit was going on before 2020. Definitely was. You know, I dealt with it working in the hospital. Definitely the library. They've got their own little weird fucking branch of cult wokeism going on over there. But yeah, there's a cult out there. It's like a weird, fucked up Jared Leto looking thing. And the damnedest part is, they don't try to get you into the group by, like Catholics or Jewish people do, by sleeping with you. Oh no. They bring you into the cult by ridiculing you, threatening to burn your business down, marching in the streets, calling everybody a racist or a bigot, a Nazi. They just want you to submit. They don't even bother touching your pee-pee anymore. So yeah, we're dealing with a violent, rude cult of, IQ lowering degenerates that just don't know their fucking elbow from their asshole. It's weird. And I used to like these people. I did. I really did. And I don't know what the fuck happened. Something happened in 2020. Something definitely happened. Well, let's be honest here. One of them was already an asshole. But he was smart at one time. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But then again, smart people. Once you build an ego, you stop learning because you think you already know everything. I already know I'm smarter than you. I don't have to keep reading books. Yeah. Keep going with that, bud. See where that takes you. Ever meet any computer programmers that graduated from school, made a shit ton of money the first couple years, didn't keep up with the new programming standards or the things that were going on with computers, and then they're wondering why they're out of a fucking job 5 years later? That's who we're talking about. So yeah, ow, shit. Fucking mosquitoes. So yeah, when you come across somebody that says, I don't have to debate, I'm not wrong, you're wrong. That's how that works, really. If you're not willing to defend your position, even when $2.6 million is on the table for any charity of your choice, $2.6 million you could hand over to BLM, the Democratic Party. Please don't do that. Planned Parenthood, like the douchebaggery of your choice, wherever it is that you want to put that money, you can go ahead and do that. I'm not validating their arguments by even having a debate. Well, fine. You know what? Because there's plenty of video footage out there of you being wrong, dude. There's plenty of evidence out there for everybody else who's been giving me shit for the last 3 years. You've been wrong all along. So my word of advice, the next time we have one of these pandemics, which according to Bill Gates and the World Economic Forum and several other people we should be concerned about talking about this, the next time one of these fucking things come around and they start trying to tell us what to do, tell them to fuck off. Because last time, and I believe this to be true, at least it was true in Japan, their lockdowns killed more people than the actual virus itself. Don't forget that. More people committed suicide in Japan than died of COVID. Fact. That is a fact. After they stopped giving the jab and people were able to take alternative horse-paste medications, their COVID numbers plummeted. Also a fact. So yeah, the next time this thing comes around and they start trying to do this mandatory rollout bullshit, tell them to shove it right up their ass.